Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to show you how to unlock your door if you've left your keys in the ignition like I did. I did this on a Dodge Stratus. Basically, I locked the doors, left the keys in the ignition. The worst part is I left the ignition on. The car wasn't on, but the ignition was on. So by the time I did get to, getting to open the doors, the battery was totally drained. So I couldn't even use a power lock option. So here's what I did. I went to Harbor Freight and I bought 3 or 4 items here. I'll show you what they are. I bought 2 plastic felling wedges. Okay, these are used for felling trees, but they're perfect wedges. They're made out of plastic. All right, so they won't mar the finish on your car, and which is what we want to do. The item number on the plastic felling wedge, I don't think I can get that into focus. No, it's item 69539, and I used 2 of them. I think they're $3.99 each, and I also bought a flexible 48-inch flexible drill bit from Harbor Freight, and it's item number 94317. Okay, I think the total cost was around 14 bucks for everything, but it worked, which saved me around $50 for somebody to come and open the door. Okay, first thing, these felling wedges have little secondary locking wedges in them. Okay, so I used my Dremel tool and I filed off 3 of them because I didn't want to hurt the rubber seal around the door. Okay, and that worked for me. The top one, it didn't really matter. It worked anyway. It worked anyways. I used 2 of these wedges. You can file them off or leave them on. It's up to you, but I suggest filing them off. Okay, then we have this. I'll back it up here. Huge, long drill bit, as you can see. It's the black item on the floor. And what I did with it was put a pair of vice grips right here when it was straight. Then I took my propane torch and heated this up. And heated it up until it was almost red hot. I believe it was red hot. And then I started bending it and bended it into a 90 degree, as you can see right there. Okay, that gives you a little leverage on the tool, as you can see here, right? And I did the same thing on the other end. Again, put my vice grip on here, heated this portion up to about, till it was red hot with my propane torch, and bent it again. Now the rubber tip I got off a piece of steel I had already anyway, so you can use it or you can't, or you may not. But I prefer to do that because this is pretty sharp and you don't want it to scratch up your paint. So I put that on there, I crazy glued it on there. Okay, so next step I'll show you what I did to unlock the door. Okay, here's the Dodge Stratus. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the passenger side door as the, it had the wider gap on it anyway, so that makes it a little easier. So look for the door with a wider gap. So here's the door open, as you can see. I can show you the lock here. There it is. There's the lock. So you can see it has a little tab underneath it, which is very helpful. We're going to close it, lock the door. And I'll test that door. Locked, as I said. Once again, this situation, keys are in the ignition. Now this car is running because I'm charging the battery up from my last little fiasco. Well, the other door is unlocked and I know I can get into the car now anyway, so I'll show you. Okay, next thing you do, take your felling wedges. Now I gotta watch the rubber seals here, so you don't want to hurt the rubber seals. So start here. So there's the two felling wedges in the door. I'll show you what that looks like through the door. I don't know if you can see it or not, but if you can see, there's a gap in the door between the rubber and the door. And that's all you need, just that little gap. Let's see if I can get a better look at it. There it is. That's all you need, okay? Now, next step, take your custom-made tool. As you can see, it's about the length of your finger. This is pretty stiff metal, which is what you need to pop that up. And you can make different sizes, it's up to you. So what you do is you slide it through that little space. As you can, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's the part, as you can see. Now I'm going to put this down. Sorry for the shakiness, but it's hard to do this all with one hand. Okay. Okay, so there it is. Slide it in underneath the door lock. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm going to take it off here. Okay, so there it is, underneath. And I'll even lock it again here. Okay, there's locked. Ta-da! And now, just open your door. As you can see, the door is now open and successfully into the car. Alright, so if you get stuck, this is a great tool to do this with. Thank you. Have a nice day.